MVP Monday, time to look back at the weekend that was with the sport of racing and highlight our top three performers. So let's start with the P, and it was test score getting the grades in the Twilight Derby.
We're going to see a couple of horses that were already Grade 1 winners getting MVP nod here this week. So we got to Santa Anita for the Twilight Derby, coming from off of the corner, and wide to boot for Ammerman Racing. They won a Breeders' Cup with Oscar nominated, going back a few years back. And this one comes from off the steam. Won the Grade 1 Belmont Derby. Then was a good third and fourth in the Saratoga Derby. Didn't love the hills at Kentucky Downs, but back to the flat ground and wins with a lot left. Won by a length and a half, but actually was much better than that considering the ground loss.
That was a very professional looking performance out there at the great race place, the West Coast, best coast of Southern California, still turning it on. So that was enough to take out that third spot. In that 2 spot this week, silver medal goes towards Troubleshooting, who answers the ask in the Bryan Station with Tyler Gaffley on aboard.
And like test score, Troubleshooting also was a Grade 1 winner. Won one of the newest Grade 1s in America, the Franklin Simpson. That's a race at Kentucky Downs, but that was sprinting. This was the first time this horse had ever gone 2 turns and wins the race. You got the 2 Golden Afternoon, who was the pace setter. You got the 8 Tenacious Leader, who was bearing down with Johnny V. Keep in mind, if Johnny V would have won this, he would be the all-time stakes winning pilot for a meet at Keeneland. He's going to finish second because Troubleshooting flees the scene. The sprinter gets to the route, holds on by a neck.
That was the first start at the route distance from 10 races. So I think they've quickly figured out what this horse really wants. That was very impressive. Troubleshooting takes out this year's running of the Bryan Station and was enough to earn the V in MVP Monday. Let's take it towards the top gong, top sport, top performer. Incredible in the Grade 3 Street Sense, and what a late turn of foot this was.
First points to the 2026 Kentucky Derby. And how about this? Last year, we know that Bill Mott won the Street Sense with Sovereignty. Well, here's his son, Riley Mott, getting the victory with Incredible. And both those horses, Sovereignty and Incredible, on debut, ran a closing 4th. And we heard from Jessica that she thinks, and I would agree, the best race of all time was at Churchill Downs, 1998. The Breeders' Cup Classic, won by Awesome Again. Awesome Again is the dam sire of Incredible. So this horse bred to be a serious horse next year with the added distance.
And truly incredible over the weekend to take out the Street Sense beneath the Twin Spires out there from Churchill Downs. So that's our top 3 from the weekend that was. Test score in the Twilight Derby. Troubleshooting takes off in the Bryan Station. Incredible, very impressive in the Street Sense, and could already be looking towards the first Saturday in May.